Hey guys, welcome back to Guye B TV. This week I connected 5 different interviews with women of color. We discussed the opportunity gap, what they're doing in their everyday life to strive to open the doors for the generation coming after us, and something that they're all working on at the moment. Make sure you tune in every day for a different interview. Make sure you give the videos a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, until next time, bye.
Being a woman to me means that I have the ability to captivate, or what's the word I'm looking for? Women are basically the cradle of civilization. Without women, civilization wouldn't move forward. And kind of like the story of like Helen of Troy wasn't Harold of Troy. She captivated the attention of nations because of her womanhood, her femininity. And so I think the fact that women are powerful, they're intelligent, they're beautiful, and they're strong, basically all wrapped into one, I think is what a woman is.
First and foremost, let's start with their introduction, your name, age, what state you're from, and what your major is.
Okay, well, I am Ebony Anyawa. I'm 20 years old. I am from Kansas, unfortunately, and I'm studying human biology with a minor in Spanish.
Okay, what do you plan to do with that degree?
I want to apply to med school, so I think I didn't need something sciencey, but I really like science, and so I think background in the sciences would help getting in a little better.
Right.
Let's hope. Cross fingers, I'll find the summer.
That sounds awesome. Okay, let's get into these questions. The first one, do you believe that Black women are overlooked, and if so, why?
Yes, highly. Why? Because society kind of gives a view of Black women as being less feminine than their other counterparts. And I guess femininity is valued in our society a lot, and that's great, but the fact that a lot of Black women are strong is a turn off for people, which I don't understand why that is.
Right.
But the strength of a Black woman kind of turned everyone off, like, oh, you should be weak and docile. What are you, a man? No.
Right.
Strong woman. Thank you very much.
Exactly. I sometimes hate that, like, being a strong Black woman has become a stereotype.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most annoying thing. So, like, can't we just be strong? Why do we have to be the strong Black woman? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, also I think we're overlooked because I don't know. I think that women in general, I think women are just overlooked more in society. Like, we don't have as many roles on the TV. We don't have as many high-paying jobs.
Right.
You don't see us as CEOs. You see us as the secretary. So
Or the housewife.
Or the housewife. And if you're not a housewife, then you're working. And if you're working, why aren't you a housewife? It's just, I don't know.
Right. And I think it's like it's our job to actually break those stereotypes and do more. Recently, Viola Davis became the first African American to win an Emmy for outstanding lead actress in a drama. In her speech, she says, "The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity." Why do you think there's such a huge change in the opportunity gap for women of color?
Okay. So I think because, like, before, I mean, I guess now women of color still have all the same opportunities as other women here. But I think now it's changing because people actually realize, oh, you don't have to just be a stereotype on the television. You can actually do something else.
Right.
What? And so I think people's, I guess, lessening discriminatory views and diminishing stereotypes of Black women in general on the TV.
Right.
Like, you have shows like Empire and, oh God, I remember the show that
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my God, I love that show. But yeah, that people see dynamic 3-dimensional Black characters, which wasn't true before. You just had like the sassy best friend or the cool best friend. It was kind of like, that's it. That's all you got.
Right.
But now you see more diversity. So the fact that more diversity is on the screen, then writers realize, oh, that means we can put more diversity on the screen, even outside the screen, like when people see characters on TV.
What about also, like, not just on TV, but just opportunity gap in general for women of color, like maybe becoming CEOs, like you said, Shonda Rhimes and Oprah's been Oprah forever, but you know, because of those people opening up the doors for the other women.
I think the fact that it's on TV translates to off TV is what I was getting to. So like the fact that people see these characters means that they can go do something else. So if a woman sees Viola Davis as a lawyer on TV, like a kid, she's like, oh, hey, there's a woman like who looks like me on the TV screen. Maybe I can go do that. Right. And then employers, I mean, I hope they're not getting their employee ideas from television. Right. But maybe like they see complex people like on the TV, and they also see complex people in real life. So they're like, okay, well, maybe I have to hold a stereotype of black woman and actually give her a job.
What is something that we women of color could do right now to make a positive change in minimizing the opportunity gap so that our younger generation will have more opportunities?
Well, for me, right now, something I could be doing is mentoring young girls.
Oh, that's good.
I want to do this thing with my student organization, Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students, and go back to elementary schools and teach them, or elementary schools for like that mostly have minority kids, because you know our school system's still pretty segregated. Right. And so I just want to show them that, hey, science is really cool. Like, you can be into sciences because we hardly have any.
And you can also be a girl who likes science, because most scientists, when you envision a scientist, you automatically think a man in a lab coat.
Yeah.
You know?
True. Yeah. Just try to show them that science is cool. But when I get older, just go back and help communities. Or, I don't know, lift people up. Say, oh, you're so pretty. Don't say, oh, you're so pretty for a black girl. Or, oh, you're so pretty for a dark girl. No.
Right.
Cut that out of your language. Cut the good hair out of your language. Cut the good skin out of your language. Cut all of it.
Right. No, I agree completely. What do you do in your personal life today that will leave a mark for the generation after us?
I guess something I do in my personal life. I guess, yeah. It's really small, but I have 2 nieces. They're the most adorable things in the world. They're 3 and 1. Right. And something that really annoys me is when they talk about one of my nieces having like good hair. I don't know why that's still a thing. That was 2015. So I always try to make sure that my nieces both know that they're both good girls, and that 1, their looks doesn't matter on how good they are, and 2, even if it did, like, they're still beautiful little girls, and like the texture of their hair doesn't matter, the color of their skin doesn't matter, just what you can give forward to society. So I always encourage them to read books, to do puzzles, and just be as intelligent as possible instead of putting the whole, oh, your looks are what makes you you. It's like your personality makes you you.
I agree, and I also think that you said it's like small, but I think that's huge, because I know a lot of who I've become today was from when I was younger, and people did those small things, you know, because my dad instilled education and how it was so important. So he would make me sit down for like 30 minutes to write my name over and over and over, or maybe a sentence, and not because of punishment, but he knew the importance of having good penmanship and being able to write, you know, and spelling. So that stuff comes a long way. So you grow up knowing, I have these, you know, I'm capable of these
tools.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Yeah, continue doing that. It's all that matters. What is some dating advice you would give to a younger girl?
If in your gut it feels wrong or off, your gut, there's always talk about like women's intuition, but that's not a lie. Like, no. If something just feels wrong, I remember my last relationship, when I first started dating him, something just didn't feel right. But I put it off for like half a year until something bad actually happened. So just follow your gut. Pay attention to what your friends are saying. Look for red flags. Even not something like extreme. Just
what's an example of a red flag?
If someone disrespects you, first of all, a huge red flag. Also, if they're not willing to introduce you to their friends, that's another red flag.
Oh, that's a huge red flag.
Yes. Yeah, so it's like, oh, he doesn't want me his friend. No. He should meet your friends. Also, there's this thing of like basically never admitting that they're wrong, or never personally. I remember my last ex, he would never admit that he was wrong about something. If something bad happened, it was always someone else's fault, not his fault. being an adult is part of being an adult is being able to take responsibility for your actions.
Correct.
So if I do something wrong, it's like, oh, I'm wrong. But if it's like, oh, no, someone else's fault. Huge red flag. That's not a friend you want, not a relationship you want, just not people you don't want to be around.
Right. No, I agree. What is something that you could work on right now as we're still in our 20s?
Work on right now?
Yeah.
Ooh, organization. Actually, something bigger is learning to understand people's viewpoints without criticizing them. I think that's something I need to learn to do better because I'm like, oh, they're just being stupid, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know like how they're feeling on the inside. Like I can't tell someone how they're feeling.
No, right.
So learning to step back and realize that some people just need to be allowed to say something and just let them feel instead of just jumping on their feelings.
That's true, because I think once you begin to understand other people's perspectives, then the world changes. Because then you're like, the next time you're in a situation like that or something similar, you kind of get to see something a whole lot different. So that's awesome. Okay, well, that was it. Thank you guys for tuning in on our first episode. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Adios.
I mean, we love nice guys, but they put themselves in the friend zone. Like,
You think so?
I think they do. By the way that they don't tell you their intentions up close, because they're